Hello, this is Joanne from Rosa's Creations. I haven't made a video in a while. I have been going through some stuff. Probably the last couple of years, I've been going through some stuff. So, for you of those who don't know what I've been going through, I'm going to give you a quick little thing on that. I had diverticulitis, and for 8 months, I had a infection in my stomach. I had to take antibiotics. I was on a liquid diet and just needed to get rid of the infection so that way I could go in and get a operation on my colon. Was definitely what was going to happen. I had diverticulitis before, and if you have diverticulitis with no complications, meaning you just have the infection, but there ain't no aneurysm in your colon or no scarring or anything like that. Sorry, I'm moving a little bit. You can just get it again and get it again until you have a complication. Once you have a complication, depending on if it perforates or if it gets better with the medication, then you can do that again until you have a complication where they can't fix it right away. So if it either bursts, or if it's gonna burst, or if, in my case, I had the infection and it just wouldn't go away. Sorry. So I had to have a colon resection. So February 3rd of 2025, I had a colon resection. So I started feeling better. I was actually told I can eat corn and a bunch of other different things and peanuts and stuff that I wasn't able to eat anymore even before I had the diverticulosis. So I did that. And I was feeling better. So I was excited. I finally got to go out and do something, which, I mean, when you're having the runs because you got diverticulitis, you got an infection and you can't eat. And when you do eat, it's only liquid. And when it comes out pretty much right away, sorry to be gross, but that's what happens. It's life, people. Sorry, but this is me. You end up, not going very far or doing anything. So I finally got it. So I was regulated and the infection was gone. So 5 months later, I'm feeling better. I went to the casino and went to just go goof off. I had some free play, so I went and played my free play. And then I ended up spending a little money, lost it, and left. So I go to leave and out the parking lot. A SUV, I believe it was an SUV. I still don't really recall exactly what it was. An SUV came out in front of me and cut me off. I'm going straight down the road. Next thing you know, there's a freaking car in front of me. So I put on the brakes. And I tried to stop, and I broke my leg in 3 different places. Had to have a rod and screws put in. And that was on, so February 3rd was the colon resection. And then July 12th is when I got in a car accident. So, 2 broken bones, but in 3 different places. Rods and pins. It's April today, May, June, July. So 3 months, so 9, so it's almost 9.5 months, almost 10 months since it's been the accident. Yeah. So I am healing from that. I went from thinking that I might lose my legs, because at first when I was in the hospital, they weren't sure if it was going to be compartmental syndrome or not. So I had to wait 3 days in order to find out if I even had compartmental syndrome. Didn't have it, so then they ended up no leg was getting cut off. And I was getting operated on. So went get operated on, got the pins in there and the rod in there. And that day he had me walking, which is craziness, but that's what happened. He says, "Hey, come on, walk." And I went, what do you mean walk? You're going to go for, he said, we're going for a walk. I said, okay. I'm thinking to myself, this guy's freaking crazy. And, of course, I walked. So, of course, it wasn't stable and wasn't steady and everything else, you know what I mean? And I was using a walker, but I did do it. So, when I finally got released, I go home and I fell going up the stairs. And what happened before everybody says anything, well, somebody should have kept an eye on you. They were keeping an eye on me. The only thing is that I had taken medication and smoked a little bit on the way home. When we smoked a little bit on the way home, I guess it didn't affect me until I get to the door. And when I got to the door, I got dizzy. So with the medication that I had, the smoking, and then trying to get up the damn stairs, I ended up having a little dizzy spell, and that was it. It was no way that anybody could have figured that out. Even I didn't figure it out until I was already on the ground. I was kind of like, okay, and then I thought about what happened. So that's what happened. I fell. So when I fell, I broke 6 ribs too. So I was supposed to be walking in crutches, but walking in crutches with 6 ribs broken is a little bit difficult. So I ended up in a wheelchair for a little while. So I went from a wheelchair to the walker and crutches. I tried to stay away from, only because of the fact that I didn't want to jam up my arms and then hurt more ribs or something, you know, bad to do any more damage. And I wanted something way more stable. So I went with the walker first. With a walker after the wheelchair, I should say. So I did that. Even wheelchair was tough because of the fact that here I am moving my arms. And so I'm hurting my ribs. But it's the least, it was the safer way of doing this, I think, for me anyways, you know, to be able to do that. So that's what I did. Well, while I was taking all this medication, I had stopped my natural medication that I normally do. My natural medication I normally do is cannabis and magic mushrooms. So the magic mushrooms, because of the antibiotics, I wasn't sure how it was going to react, and so I didn't want to take it then. So I decided I was not taking it then, because I needed to be able to give the doctors a true answer on everything. And I can't, if I'm sitting here trying to hide that I'm taking psychedelics. And my doctor doesn't care that I take psychedelics, but doctors in hospitals and stuff do. So that's a thing. They don't know about it. They don't want to know about it. They know it's illegal. That's all they want to know about it. That's what they say. And then, you know, and then that's it. So, I stopped taking it because I don't have the research neither. There's not, when it's a legal substance, which psychedelics is, it's a legal substance. So it being an illegal substance, they don't do research on it. Hence why we don't have anything on, a lot of it on cannabis before the cannabis ended up becoming legal and everything else. So that's, yeah, it's craziness, but that's what happens. Which they should research on it, because they should research on it in order to find out if it's good or not. If it's not good, then keep it illegal. But if it's good, make it legal. But pharmaceuticals don't want that, because I got rid of 18 different medications in order to go to this. I presently am taking cannabis still, which cannabis I never got off of. Sorry, but I just didn't. And I told him that, and I told him I wasn't gonna, because you need to either that or you need to give me oxys. And they weren't gonna give me oxys. So it was kind of like, okay then. You know what I mean? Like, you give me oxys, and then I will not go cannabis. They didn't want to hear that. So, okay, I'm taking cannabis because I need some kind of pain meds. I'm not going to go without no pain meds, because I have constant pain all the time with fibromyalgia before I even get into this stomach infection. And before I even got into the colon operation, and then the broken leg, and then the broken ribs, and yeah, no, not happening. So I did stay on that. because there is more medical research on it, and I don't believe it contradicts with any kind of medication. I mean, the only thing that I think it could contradict with is like maybe high blood pressure and low blood pressure, and then you just watch your pressure, because it does lower and higher your pressure sometimes. So that's kind of like maybe it. I don't know, anything else. I take a nausea medication because for some reason the cannabis doesn't help me with my nausea. So I'm doing that. After the accident, right now, I have tramadol, and it's in a drawer, and I'm trying to do without it. So that's what you know what I mean, like still. So I am going back onto the mushrooms. So 3 days ago, I recapsuled some mushrooms, and so then I've been taking it for the past 3 nights now. I'm a little bit weak still because I didn't start on a real low dosage. I started on a dosage that I ended on. So it's probably not the right way to do it, but I don't have small capsules right now, so I couldn't do small capsules and big capsules. My plan was to do small capsules first, then go into big ones, but I don't have any empty capsules that were small. So that ended my plan. But I figured Saturday night, after work, I didn't have to do anything after that. After I went up to the store, for doing Commander and pre-release, I didn't have to do anything else. So when I came home Saturday night I took one. Sunday night I took one. Monday night I took one. Only take it at nighttime. Helps you go to sleep. And then it helps you with the regular pain all day long. And then you, of course, add the cannabis again during the day. So, as far as cannabis, what I'm doing right now is a 50 milligram in the morning, 50 in the afternoon, and 50 at night. And then just before I go to sleep, another 50. Now, that sounds a lot to a lot of you people, but I've been doing this for almost like 16 years now. And of course, my pain has definitely increased a lot. So I'm hoping that once this gets better, that it'll decrease in the pain and I'll be able to increase in the activity. But I have been increasing in the activity, so that's why I am increasing in the pain, and so that's why I'm increasing in the cannabis. The mushrooms that I'm doing, I'm packing in capsules. So I'm packing them in capsules, and I'm packing them in the biggest capsules that you can do. I think it's the 00, I think is the one so that's whatever one that's the biggest one is the one I'm using. So that's in there. And then what else am I taking? That's it. Oh, and then, of course, if I have IBS, I do anti-diarrheal, which is normal. I mean, it's for anybody and everybody. But also, since the colon resection, and I hate to be on that section and that case and thing, but I'm trying to be honest with everybody. Since the colon resection, my IBS has definitely chilled a little bit. So I used to have it just come up all of a sudden, and I needed to run. And so now it's happening a lot less. So that's good. I am more regular now, I should say. It's, and I don't have to drink coffee every damn day, which is kind of something that I had to do before. I had to drink a cup of coffee every day in order to keep regular, but now I don't. I'm a little bit tired, so my voice is coarse. I'm trying to be honest as I can and tell you what happened, what's been happening. I have stepped down from a lot of things that I've done since the accident too, which is kind of crazy, but I did it. I had to step down from being captain of my team, which I've kind of missed a little bit, but with my health issues right now, I'm okay with it because of the fact that the responsibility right now is just a little bit more than I want to handle. I got other things that I need, bigger fish to fry, meaning getting better than to sit there and take care of a team and try to pick them up when I'm feeling like shit. And so it's easier just to sit in the background. So I'm doing that. I also was running pool tournaments on Monday nights at Kingstown Bowl. I'm not doing that anymore. I gave that up too because I just don't want to have to commit to all the time being there on a certain day and time, and I can't do it because I was hurting and I was in pain, and I'm trying to be friendly and I'm trying to be nice to everybody, and I just want to tell everybody to go to hell away. So sorry to you pool players, but that was how I was feeling because I was feeling so bad. But I sucked it up and I did it for a while, and I just can't do it no more, so I just stopped doing it. I am doing Saturday night tournaments, but Saturday night tournaments, when I go do the tournament there, I'm in my store, and the kids all know, everybody there knows that I don't feel good and that I'm sick. So, if I drop out in the middle of a game or something, or if I drop out, at the end of a game and I say, hey, I'm not playing no more, and they play by themselves, as long as they can play there, they don't care. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure they're like a little upset, you know what I mean? Like I feel bad that I leave the spot or whatever, but I don't think they're not totally affected, you know what I mean? They can still play, so they're fine. And even if I have to, I can always go to the car. I have a blanket and a pillow in the car, and that's what I've been doing. So if I have to, I go to the car, sit, chill for a little bit, and then go back in and finish cleaning up and go. I've been trying to take little walks here and there. I've been trying to do things to get out a little bit, just even if it's just doing absolutely nothing, because that's what I got to do. I got to try to do something. I'm also seeing a psychiatrist. That's the other thing. I have PTSD from the accident. Every time I try to explain it or talk about it or anything else, I end up getting flashbacks. And when I watch movies, there's all sorts of different things so do yourself a favor, though. Even if you think you don't need help, and you think you may or may not, try to get it and see what happens. It can't hurt you. You're talking to a stranger. They're not telling anybody anything. Do what you got to do in order to get better. And that's what I'm doing. Doing what I got to do in order to get better, because I don't want to feel like this anymore. Everybody have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Rose's Creations and Healing.